So day 4 here at the shop, working on the 2009 Crown Vic, doing the Godzilla engine swap. So this is going to be part 4 of this engine swap. So what we got so far is we got the cab off the frame, we've got the old 4.6 out sitting here on the pallet, and we ran into an issue with the flywheel situation. It's different. The holes don't match up to the original transmission or the original torque converter. So what we're gonna do is Smokey's brother took them home and he's gonna get them drilled at the machine shop on Monday. So just so we're not slowing things down, what we're gonna do today is try to set that Godzilla engine onto this subframe connected to the transmission and make some motor mounts, make sure the engine is mounted in place, and we're gonna choose the height that we need and everything, and then hopefully we don't have to lift it too high because I don't know how much clearance we have up here with the wiper system. The intake may be very close to that, and I'd like to keep the wipers working, so hopefully we don't have to lift it too high. I mean, that Godzilla engine does look like it sits higher than the old 4.6, but I guess we'll see how it goes. So for right now, I'm gonna bring this engine closer to here and remove the OEM motor mounts off the 4.6 and see how they fit onto the Godzilla engine. See if we can just modify those or just make new ones from scratch. We'll see. Let's do it. So before we get started today, we want to weigh these engines in. Any guesses?
10,000 pounds.
Both put together?
Like with the pallet?
Yeah, well, just the way it sits. I don't want to remove it off the pallet. So, I mean, obviously this pallet's a little bit heavier probably. But keep in mind, there's no motor mounts here, but there are motor mounts there, so whatever. So
375.
This one? No.
400.
This one's probably like 650.
No.
And that one's probably like 500.
No.
I don't know.
There's no way.
I guess, let's see.
400.
For both? Alright, let's check it out. So I've got the 4.6 original engine, original Crown Vic engine on the scale, and we're showing 520. That's with the pallet. So, alright, let's weigh in the Godzilla and see what that looks like. Alright, the 2020 7.3 Godzilla engine on the scale, and it is 680 pounds. Wow. So that's quite a difference, but I guess, you know, more pounds, more power. Alright, let's keep going. What were your guesses?
400.
400, the 4.6, and then what?
500.
No, it's 520 on the 4.6.
What?
And 680 on the 7.3. But I just realized that we have the AC compressor on there and the power steering pump, so say 650 on the Godzilla engine. So last night we're making templates out of cardboard just to see if the transmission lines up with the new Godzilla, where all we had to do was that. of truth. Let's see if this OEM motor mount will fit the Godzilla engine. No way. So it looks like the two bolts towards the front, they match up. But this one here is way off. Well, that's a good sign though, but I'm not even sure if this will be in the right location for the right for the proper location when I set it in the car. So this really doesn't mean anything. Yo, you owe me 20 bucks.
Why?
Well, half, because it fits on two bolts, like the front two, but the back one doesn't. But it doesn't mean anything because it might be in the wrong place anyways. So what I was thinking, maybe just cut a plate out, bolt the plate on the block, right? And then just...
Use the original?
Yeah.
That's what I told you.
Did you? So right now from the transmission to the hole for the motor mount on the car, it's about, say, 11 3/8. And over here we have, I can get it, over here we have like 13, roughly 13, so that means we have to push this motor mount back like, say, about 1.5 inches back. So let's see. So maybe if I mount the hole that doesn't match up, it might be closer. Let's try that. So that doesn't really help me. I just moved it over to that one hole that didn't match up before, and it raises the mount up, so that doesn't really help me. So I'll have to maybe I'll just cut out a plate, kind of like this. Cut out a plate, bolt it onto the engine on both sides, put these original mounts on the car, and then lower the engine and see where I need to drill these holes on the new plate. I think that's gonna be the quickest way. So for now, I'm gonna cut it out of some cardboard, make a template, and then go cut some metal. Let's do it. Actually, I would use these, but I don't think they're big enough. Like this way. So can't use those. So I actually ended up using those shipping brackets and just cut the arms off and bolted them on with a few bolts, one on each side. So I just want to get an idea of where the engine is going to sit. So I actually bolted the OEM Crown Vic motor mounts back onto the subframe, and I'm gonna try to set the engine in and see what it looks like. I need to know if I need to go up or down with it. So just to get an idea, I'm gonna drop it in and see what it looks like. So I know I still need to go back more with the engine, but it doesn't look like that this oil cooler will clear the motor mount on this side. And same thing on the other side. There's an oil filter assembly that is most likely not going to clear. So what I'm gonna do, I guess, is remove these and set the engine down and then try to put them in when the engine's lowered. Let's try that. But I think it's gonna go down a little bit more. But it looks like it sits higher than the original one, the intake.
Put it in that one that had the little stud.
Oh yeah. I guess we should just tighten these down, one on each side, and then mess with the height. You know, it's barely clearing the header over here. Well, it's just a shield. I can remove the shield, I guess. Oh, it needs to go over this way. So right now the engine is properly spaced out. It's centered from there to there. It's right in the middle, and it seems like it sits kind of high, but that's where it's gonna have to be, because if I lower it any, it's gonna hit the oil pan's gonna hit the subframe, so that's not good. So I have like maybe a ½ inch, maybe a little bit less of a space there right now. But the biggest problem is right now is these mounts that I was gonna use off the original 4.6, they will not work. They're just way too big, and I was hoping I could modify them, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. I might just go ahead and build custom solid mounts. Didn't really want to do solid at the moment, but I guess that's my only option right now. I'm still gonna try to cut these ears off and see if I can make this work somehow, but I highly doubt it. But let's see what we can do. Cuts like butter. completely cut open this motor mount, as you can see, but just trying to get an idea of what I want to do. Try this on the car and see what it looks like. Alright, so now the motor mount that it's, you know, completely destroyed actually fits into place, so now I can get a better idea of what I need to do. Right now the engine is lifted more than it needs to be, but this is a good start. Looks like this is gonna be it for this video. Didn't get many things accomplished in this one, but we got the engine bolted to the transmission temporarily. The motor mounts, they still need work. I started modifying the OEM ones. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go that direction or not. Maybe try to find some universal ones. But this is what we got. The engine is centered and leveled, and I just have a strap holding it there and a shim underneath for clearance, which is about 3/8 of an inch from the subframe. I don't really want to go solid mounts like I said earlier, but if I have to I will. If not, if there's a way to just get some regular mounts, I'd rather go that direction. But that is it in this one. Later.